The Wynn, $600, $250K guaranteed, day 1B. We will bag and tag tonight.
They disappear every, I don't know if it's 12 hours, I can miss it, but I can go right through it. That's like the Mongolian, you might got
With blinds at 75, 150, under the gun limps, 4 more people limp. It's on me in the big blind. I have pocket jacks. I make it 850. Under the gun makes it 2650 off a fresh 15,000 chip stack. Folds to me, we have jacks. We're 100 blinds deep. We're facing a limp 3-bet from under the gun, 9-handed. We laugh at the situation. A limp 3-bet is premeditated. This was their plan. We fold jacks face up. He shows us ace 6 of hearts. He says, I've played with you before. Owned.
150, 300, 150, 300, max 10.
With blinds at 150, 300, middle position raises to 700. We're next to act. We look down at pocket kings. We make it 2,000. Everyone folds. The original raiser calls. The flop comes. King, 5, 3, 2 diamonds. We're thinking, how can we possibly get value when we got the deck crushed? As we're contemplating our next move, they lead out 3,000 chips. We call. The turn is an offsuit jack. They bet 5,000 chips. We're hoping they have pocket 5s or pocket 3s, maybe king jack. Only 1 king left in the deck, so that's unlikely. So we just call. The river is pretty much the worst card in the deck. The ace of diamonds completing the flush. Queen 10 gets there, kills our action if they have a king X. But they bet 10,000. Do they have a flush or do they have a set? Well, I don't see any reason to raise, so we put in the call. 10,000 chips, half expecting them to show us a flush. They show us king, queen, offsuit, bluff, value, not sure, but we happily take the pot, and we're on break with 50,000 chips.
Heads up.
With blinds at 300, 600, we have 63,000 chips, and it folds to us in the cutoff. We look down at ace 5 offsuit. We 2.5 exit to 1,500. The button flats and the big blind comes along for the ride. The flop comes. 7, 5, 5, dream flop. Big blind checks. We put in a small C bet of 2,200. The button calls and the big blind check raises to 10,000 chips. At this point, we're putting him on hopefully the other 5, maybe 7x, maybe pocket 8s, pocket 9s. Regardless, our only play here is to flat call. The big blind has about 50,000 behind, and the button has about 25,000 behind. We don't want to scare him off in case he wants to try something. So we call. The button folds. The turn brings a queen. The big blind thinks for 20 seconds and checks. I'm not sure if he's giving up or if he's pot controlling with 7X, maybe a straight draw he was just trying to take down on the flop, like 6-4. We want to build this pot, and we want to get value from our trips nut kicker. So we bet the same bet he'd made, 10,000 chips. He thinks for about 15 seconds while eating a Caesar salad and says he's all in, 50,000 chips. We barely have him covered, and he's putting us in a spot. No, I'm kidding. It's not a spot. We snap call. He shows King 7 offsuit. The river is a 3, and we win a pot of over 120,000 chips. We now have over 200 big blinds. With blinds at 400, 800, it folds around to me in middle position, and I look down at pocket queens. 2,000 to go is the price. Everyone folds but the big blind, who flicks in the call. The flop comes. Ace, queen, 7, 2 hearts. He checks. We bet 3,000, hoping to get value from ace X, 2 heart type hands, maybe even a Broadway draw. He calls. The turn is a queen. We now have quads. He checks. We want to bet an amount that will keep in his flush draws and his weak aces, not scare him off, and build the pot. So we go slightly bigger than our flop bet, 3.5 thousand chips. He calls. The river is a king. Now, if he has ace X, he's now chopping with all of our aces except for ace king or ace queen. If he missed hearts, he's not going to call a bet. So in these spots, when you have the nuts and they're either going to call or fold their missed draws, you want to bet big. So we size up to 17,000 chips. He doesn't like it. He looks disgusted, but he feels obligated to flick in the call. We show quads. He doesn't show. I'm pretty sure he had ace rag, and we drag a big pot.
Yeah.
And I was in the body because early position he could have the weekend there too.
$240,000 going to 2K big blind. Probably chip leader. 23 people remain. We bag and tag when we go down to 15 people. Should be in about 2 hours, around midnight. Currently 10 p.m.
Is name and chip counts on the slip and the bag. When you're done, the white slip goes in the bag, yellow goes home with you, comes back on Sunday. Any questions?
Bag. Bagged and tagged.
Bags.
269,000 chips. Day 2 on Sunday. Shout out to the Wynn /on.